I received my bachelor's degree in accounting and my master's in business administration from Tallahassee University.
Awesome.
I currently work as an accountant for the university.
Okay.
And fortunately, we're not here tonight to learn about accounting. So, tonight I have the pleasure to introduce our awesome speaker. She hails from the beautiful island, Trinidad and Tobago. She has 2 bachelor's degrees, one in electrical engineering and the other in computer engineering. She also has a master's in software engineering, and she too received her degrees from this illustrious university. She currently works as an IT manager at the university. But besides all of that great stuff, she's really, really, really excited about the exponential growth she's seeing in her business. So, without further ado, please help me welcome Ms. C.Lay Wilson.
It's in the mirror, right? You made you look good, right? Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do want to tell you that I bought degrees, right? I'm joking, I did not. Since we are being recorded. Only me, that's you guys. So, I have to make sure I'm almost the best behavior tonight. Right? We push it. We push it to the end. Yeah, thank you so much for that awesome introduction. Really appreciate that. You also do work with some fine people here in Tallahassee, right? A lot of what she said is correct, She just forgot how the word beautiful islands of the Caribbean and Trinidad and Tobago. This would be beautiful. I'm joking. So as I was saying, I just came over here for school, really and truly. When you're from the Caribbean, the idea is for you to become better off with the nation. It's for you to become better, bigger and better, right? Your parents always kind of trying to kick you out, figure out where you're going to go. I don't know if you guys have a similar experience. Your parents trying to kick you out or trying to not spend any more money on you. What's wrong with that? I think it's a great setup, right? I do a little bit of work, you pay every bill, right? But somehow that doesn't work out all the time. But I appreciate you, Hans Tobago. There's definitely afforded me a great self-image to come up here and think that I can do great things. And while matriculating through this awesome set of programs, I was able to run into a few multi-millionaires. Some people who I didn't know they were multi-millionaires when I met them, and when I was going through, the only reason I did engineering is for the money and to look good. I was just very fortunate that I was very good at physics and mathematics. And on top of that, I didn't have as much mentorship to say, hey, even though you're good at physics and math, you could probably do other things apart from engineering. But as soon as you're good at physics and math in the Caribbean, you're an engineer. There's no other option, right? Not law, nothing else, not doctor, nothing. If you're good at biology and stuff, then you're in the area of doctor and stuff like that, right? So that's a little bit about me, but I'm very, very excited that through a turn of events that clearly I did not calculate or predict, allowed me to run into some people who changed the trajectory of my life without realizing that the trajectory of my life was actually sucking before I met them. Right? That was terrible. When I first met them, I was like, I got it. How could engineering be a bad program to be a part of? Everybody when you tell them you're an engineer, they think you're smart. But they don't know how you went through school. Don't quote me that. Don't write that down. But so you think you're doing well, you think you're super smart, and then you run into people who are already engineers with all the degrees and then some, right? And they think, you're gonna want more after you get here. Right! You're gonna want more. You're gonna realize that in the beginning, the change in income is beautiful. You're going from pretty much $0 as a student to a lot more than that, right? Some of my colleagues have started off at $100,000 starting pay. No promotion necessary and a signing bonus, right? And they're gonna move you move you on everything. So all of that is happening, right? So you're thinking like you're a multi-millionaire when you pretty much start. But then life catches up. You decide you probably want to date and have a family or something like that, or more dogs, right? They seem to want food and stuff right now. So you realize that your expenses start getting very close to your income. And the disposable income you had at start is not the same disposable income by the time you're 40, 50. And the challenge of being at that stage of your life, 40, 50, even 35 to 50, is that you're not even more of a liability to the company because most likely you're not aware of the up and coming technology that's new in the industry. Most likely you're setting your ways and you're looking forward to retirement. And you're just coming simply because they pay you. You're not really innovative and trying to make it happen and work really at long hours. You're like 4:59. Exit strategy. Right? So that's what people do. And I suppose, and most likely by the time you're 35, 40, 45 kind of thing, 50, probably on the way to your end of retirement, if you get there and you're still with them, you know, you'll probably be making really good money by then. Good money, probably 150K, possibly 200K if you really, probably not, but whatever. Right, say 200K a year, okay? But now your company is looking at your income statement, right? Say, hey, you're making good, because even though they're paying you 200K, what they have to put aside for you for benefits is a lot more than that. Because you probably want a retirement plan with them, probably on health insurance, and you have to pay as an employer, you have to pay towards that. Not just the government. The government will charge the employer to make sure that that's taken care of, right? If they do. So you're really expensive as an employee if you're getting that amount of money. And if you're not innovative to them, or you're not affecting your bottom line fast enough, or at all, what ends up happening? Right, let me see if I could push you to retirement. You're looking for it anyway. Push you to retirement, and I'm pretty sure for the work that you're doing, I can get 2 spanking new undergrads, pay them a quarter of what you're paying, 50, 60K, right? They're gonna be happy getting that kind of money, right? You're gonna get 2 of them to do your work. And they're gonna be fresh, which means that I can mold them even better. And I get the advantage of knowledge of new technology. This sounds really terrible, right? But that's the bottom line when you look at a spreadsheet of our company. That's what they look at because they want to make sure that they stay viable because they're trying to compete with other companies. Right? So you kind of realize that my mentors helped me figure that stuff out that I didn't know. And unfortunately, that actually happened to one of my mentors. They got pushed into retirement. You know, they said, hey, you know what? We will give you the same benefits you would have got at 65. We'll give it to you now. So you can leave. So that you can bring in fresh people. Because what? Your retirement plan is what? A third of your income, not even your full income. Shake with right? No. So they're winning. They don't mind you get retirement because I only have to pay you a third of what I pay you now. Yeah, keep your benefits. I can already have to keep money for that anyway. Right? But I'm not paying you a third of it. So now I can use the rest of that and I just clear it off to hire some other kids. Right? And who knows what might happen in the next few years, you might not need me as much. Because tuitions, so I'm not gonna do it. Right? Right? So anyway, so all of that my mentors kind of casually shared with me. And they're all engineers working for great companies now. Great companies. And I'm like, I'm traumatized by how these people think about us. And it's not a bad thing, everybody does the same thing. It's not one company is better than the other and stuff like that. It's just different ideas. So because of that and that serendipity of life that happened and that fortuity that kind of happened as well, I've been blessed to be on a hunt with some multi-millionaires making it happen. I am not great at all, despite what Brittany said. But I've been very fortunate. And clearly somebody thought that you qualified to hear what we had to say today. Somehow somebody did that. Right? Now I don't know, I'm just meeting you guys for the first time, some of you guys, so who knows if they're right or wrong? Who knows? Right? But we just have a light conversation today. If it gets heavy, sorry, right? But you can hear it now in an inexpensive way, as opposed to getting a life coach 10 years from now and he's now telling you what my mentor shared with me for free. Right? So I'm going to kind of go through them a little bit, right? I'll start with here because I like your flow, it's perfect. That's what I'm saying, I'm here to behave when I'm doing it. Right? Right, so I'm Celia, what's your name?
How you doing? Hey, I'm Paul Simpson. I'm from Belgrade, Florida. I went to school here, got my bachelor's in social work. Also, I went to Florida State, I got my master's.
You decided to hear that, boys.
I'm a rattler, definitely a rattler. But I had to go to Florida State to further my education in social work. And yeah, that's what I got going.
Don't you? So what brings you up tonight?
I'm just fortunate, you know, I met a very cool guy, believed in me, like my spirit, so he invited me out.
Got you. So what do you think you told him that made him think that you're worthy of this information?
That's one of my dreams.
Oh, sure. Okay, you mind sharing a couple of them? That's
I can share a minor dream because
Sure.
y'all strangers.
You're right.
I ain't meet y'all yet. But one of my dreams, it's a real basic dream. I drive a Monte Carlo. So it's 2003. And I you know, I be trying to get the nice brand new parts for my car. I make it run the best.
All right, makes sense. That's good.
So one of my dreams is to own one or two of them. So I gotta maintain this one I got right now. So he caught me in the midst of trying to maintain it. And I told him my dream, and he laughed at it. But
Wow.
okay,
Good laughter.
it was a good laugh. But he also inspired me, you know what I'm saying, to keep dreaming and look at what I'm doing now. So.
Got you, that's awesome. So the thing, what you're doing in life right now, do you feel, if you hadn't met us, because who knows what's gonna happen today, right?
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, who really knows? So, before you met us, do you think you were on trajectory to get what you wanted done in the timeline that you want to get it done?
Honestly, no. I'll be honest, my life, my perspective or perception of life changed about like 2 days ago, 3 days ago after I read.
Okay.
So yeah, I was dreaming, but I wasn't dreaming as big as I should be, you know, and as big as I should be. I wasn't putting my
Wow. Then, this is Paul Simpson.
Yes,
Okay, that's right. I thought this sounds something. I'm thinking of
it's like yellow people, you know what I'm saying?
Yellow people? This is
I think it'll be like a 90s baby.
Yeah, one. Yeah. I laughed too long, baby. I didn't laugh too long, baby. It's so hot.
How you doing? My name is Maya.
Maya.
Brown.
Oh, wow.
Your
Okay.
last name today. So.
Okay. Wow. Good stuff.
Sorry, hey everybody. My name is Maya Brown. I'm from Fort Pierce, Florida. 21 years old.
Okay.
I don't attend school right now, but I work at AutoZone and Circle K.
Nice.
And I also work at a car wash.
Okay.
And my field is my major is performing arts and theater.
Whoa. Okay. Why performing arts and theater?
I always loved that. I always loved being on the stage. It was when I was 9 years old. I was once a boy dressed up. They gave me one line and played one line, and that was it. And ever since then, I killed it. And ever since then, I always wanted to be on the stage.
I love that. Thanks for sharing. So what brings you up tonight? Gun to the head or?
Oh no! It was not
Brooklyn, that never happened.
No, it never.
I'm joking.
Well, I met Aaron.
Oh, great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Talked a little bit, and we had a meeting.
Okay.
And so ever since then, I've been reading this book. So I read the book, and then I'm on track.
Oh, you're on track.
I'm on track.
So what did you tell him that made him think that you weren't coming here? Like,
What he told me.
no.
I'm not sure what I said, but he told me it was my personality and the way I talk. So.
Okay. So what dreams and goals do you probably might have that you might have shared that might have made him think that in that direction? What you're trying to do with yourself in life?
Well, actually, right now, before I was just thinking about going to school, becoming an actor. But
Right.
now it's more of I want different revenues and money so I can be wealthy, successful, take care of my family. So right now, I want to do the beauty people, everything else, hair, makeup.
I like that. Well, okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, good stuff, guys. Good stuff. So how about you, young man? What's
You want to stand up thing? My name is Roger McKenzie, everybody. Hey. So, of course, what brought me out here is, just being able to find out about mentorship. I always wanted to make an impact in the world. And I saw this was definitely the avenue, to make that happen, just connecting the right person. It's all about purpose. I believe it all was a divine purpose. When I was able to connect with you guys in this room, I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be here. God put me here for a reason. So from this point on, I know it's a whole lot more, just from this point, but mainly it's self-development. Me bettering myself to be able to be an example to help others. And once I'm fulfilling that, my dream get
What? Right, thank God you guys got before him, right? All the best stuff. You're gonna leave now so I get it. All right.
How's it going? My name's Trevor. I'm from here. People will see Tallahassee. Yeah, I got my degree in my bachelor's in design, digital arts and design in Orlando. I moved back home. My mom got sick. After I met a very forward-thinking and awesome thinking person. He brought this idea to me, and it literally just changed my life. I've always been one to think that there's always something more. I've been known as a resident Jamaican here. I've had multiple jobs. You know, you can beat me now, but I mean, like, most I've had is about 5 at one time. So,
Madness.
I've only been here for a while, and to me, it's like. They told me one thing that was very simple and it just made too much sense. It's like if you hang out, if you're the 4th person hanging out with a bunch of poor people, you'll be the 5th poor person having a choice. If you're the 5th person hanging out with a bunch of wealthy, smart individuals, then you have no choice but to be the next one to move. And that's why.
That's awesome. Well, yeah. Huh?
I said that makes sense.
That does. You should be up here, right? I think it's awesome. I think it's absolutely awesome. So yeah, the thing about it is, all of you guys, I love what you've said. That's the touch my little heart, the little warm, fuzzies. Okay, right? So yeah, that's an official scientific term. What is she laughing at over there?
I'm goofy with like terminology like fuzzy, like
that's too much.
I can't hold it.
You got it. I'll try to hold it together because I'm always really goofy up there. Always. But yeah, so this evening we're going to, give some information. Okay, it's just information. But the good news is, if it is for you, it's for you. If it is not for you, it's not for you. But I have not run into too many people it's not for. Let me tell you why. The only thing that would happen that makes somebody think that this is not for them is their self-image. Do they believe they have what it takes if they see a great opportunity to run with it? That's what sometimes it boils down to when we have a conversation. Because when I saw this opportunity, I was doing, as Vicky said, I had to do my 2 engineering degrees in 4 years because my parents didn't have money to fund it, and I was on scholarship. So you're talking about between taking 18 to 21 credits every semester, right, and still graduating with honors, and still I'm running a multi-million-dollar business on the side, right? My mother, when I was thinking about it, considering the idea, she was like, with what time? Because in addition to doing school, I was traveling the world for the National Society of Black Engineers. Because that was my passion, was the increasing number of culturally responsible Black engineers to exceed professionally, and just positively impact the community. So that touched my heart. But then I realized we always have the same problem in a lot of our societies. Money. We need to go beg somebody. And we realized that we have great ideas, but we never have the ability to do that. So when I ran into this group of people who shared this opportunity with me, it just made too much sense, right? Too much sense for me to not do it. And I thank God that I had presence of mind and what have you to say, why not? Okay? Now, again, I don't know your work ethic in the room, to be quite honest. I don't know what it takes for you to get out of bed and to try to do the things that you say that matter to you. And then the other thing too that I realized is that a lot of people talk a very, very big game. And a lot of people have great dreams that sound really good, right? But then when they're really behind closed doors, between their ears, their head wins the battle of procrastination and mediocrity. And therefore they don't accomplish it. And then they settle, and then they become those 60, 70-year-olds, like, if I could have, what? I would get that done. All right, and you as the grandkid have to be like, yes, grandpa, yes, grandpa. Right? And you don't want to be in your head calling, I don't want my kids to call me in the future, I was a loser, because I didn't step out. Knowing that I saw a great opportunity and be like, I saw that, but chose not to be a winner. I don't want to be that kind of person, right? So I don't know what happens after this, but I definitely hope that you take this and definitely get back to the person who invited you up tonight. Because clearly I saw something new, right? And again, I just mentioned you, and you sound good, you guys sound really cute and awesome. So kudos, right? All right, so I'll just go ahead and start, okay? So right now, you guys kind of alluded to this when you talked to that the person who met with you started to give you some information, right? And they kind of probably shared with you that it's a process to kind of get the full picture of what we do. Because in the past, and I'll just give you a history, in the past, we've been giving people 100% on one meeting and praying to God that their brains don't fry before so that they can evaluate it and then make a decision. So what our coaches and mentors have realized is that most people have never run a business before. So if you were to take an Apple phone next to a stone, if somebody who has no idea about technology, they'll think stone is the better thing because they don't understand how to work the Apple phone. Should use Apple. So what our coaches are very good at is giving the information in small palatable bites that's digestible so that people who are relatively new to business ideas can digest it properly so that they can then make an informed decision at the end, regardless of what that decision is. Because at the end of the day, our goal is to educate. All right? So this entire process is to help you understand that we believe in exposing the full truth to you eventually, okay? But not the whole thing in one step, okay? Okay, so that's where the transparency comes in. Our goal is to give you everything. It's probably not the rate you want us to give it to you, but we will give it to you eventually. And then our goal is to build trust with you and to see if there's a possibility for us, because this is the beginning. If this works out, this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar opportunity for all of us together. And the challenge is that you can't make any money or do business with people you don't trust. So it's important that we have trust, that you understand that our mentorship team, the program, cares enough for you, for your success, and also to that vice versa, that you can trust the person that's working with you to give you the information that you need. Right? And of course, we want to have trust in you that whatever you say is important to you is indeed important to you. That most of the time, most likely people say, yeah, they got it, girl, all of this stuff, and then they just tap out. And they tap out without talking. Right? And that's another terrible thing. So we're going through this together. It's kind of like courting to some extent. They don't write that down. It's kind of like courting. It's just to double check each other, right? No, and what we want our mentors impress upon us is that the credentials don't matter, even though a lot of people in this room have several, right? But I believe the reason a lot of people probably do is because they're just go-getters. And the original schema or the original world that we live in kind of told you, you have to go to school, get good grades, and then start working to live your life that you're trying to live. Right? But that's not really the truth, right? A lot of greats didn't do school, or a lot of multi-millionaires didn't finish. Multi-billionaires like Bill Gates is my classic example, right? So that's one thing. And the other thing to our mentors say that we prefer that your character is strong in the sense that what you say you are and who you say you are indeed are, right? Because we plan to show you exactly who we are too. But we hope that there's no facades there, that there's no But of course, in course, and sometimes you try to look a little prettier with some extra perfume, make sure it puts in. I get that. But nothing, don't like, you're over your whole face or anything that, you're a super different person type of thing. Okay? All right, so that's just one thing, just to make sure that we're true to each other. Then the other thing too is your ability to get information, process and digest it, as I talked about before. And be able to distinguish between facts and opinion. I always like to make the joke about Hannah Montana 21 online, right? These people with these great usernames talking about like something like they're smart. Right, real smart. And if you probably were looking, you're probably in the basement of their mom's houses. Online 100% or whatever. Because my mentors make the joke, but it's not really funny. They are financially free. They got it going on like. But they don't spend any time online defending what they do. They're clearly rich because of what they do. So they're not going to fight people who know a lot less than them about what they do. Why? Because they're going to spend their time with the people who do. Then other people fight online. Right. So that's who our mentors are. So if you go online, right, you're going to find people who have time to be online. And who may not necessarily have money to basically live a good life. That's why they can be online. Right? And don't understand the final things in life. So just be mindful of that, okay? And the other thing that I realize that the reason people go online is they don't trust themselves to make a good decision. They need somebody else to confirm what they're thinking, okay? And the thing about it is, We're going to give you what you need to make a good decision. Our goal is to be brutally honest with you. Why? Because this is for life if this works out. We are in this with you forever. Scary but life. But it's true. My mentors, I am leaving them nowhere. I know where they live, I know their social security numbers. But I've already put the electronic tag on them so I can follow them wherever I'm joking. But the idea is that I want to be with them for life because they have imparted so much good into me that I want them to even better and take more so that I can give more. Alright, and help other people and stuff like that. So, and therefore, when I was exposed to this information, they gave me enough that I could do my own research. Right? I didn't need to go on some random website to figure it out. And some people write really well that makes you think they got it going on. But when you look at their lifestyle, I'm like, I don't want that lifestyle. I want my mentor's lifestyle. You know? And the program that we're in has been around for almost 60 years. So, you know how many recessions that is? And they moved from before internet to after internet, and they're still number one. No, I like being a part of a winning team. I'm very cocky. You see what I'm saying? I like just number one. Not finger, no, one, right? So if anybody tries to convince me of otherwise of doing something super differently, you have to tell me you number one, and most people can't. They can just tell you why you're not this. That's not really an answer. Because if not this, then what am I doing? What you doing? Or I'm continuing a trajectory that I know is not going to work out. Doesn't make sense, right? So anyway, so just definitely back yourself in my opinion, because if you made it to this point in your life and you're not, homeless or what have you, just, and even if you are homeless, that's fine, but you back yourself to being true, which means you succeeded at something. That means you possibly have what it takes to evaluate something. And if you need more information, definitely get back to the person who you're working with to get that information. Okay? Fair enough? Wonderful. The other thing too that there's a reason for this case, reason for this process is so that you build a case for yourself. Right? Our mentors are working with thousands of people, really and truly. And they can't really not hours in a day, really and truly. Right? But they have already slept on the best beds in the world, gone to the best islands, countries, first class, living the best life. So now they have good money. They now evaluate their lives by how many people are better off because they live. So now it's no longer about counting dollars, it's now counting about how many souls are better off. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're chasing. So now they have given us the green light to work to see if we see other sharpshooters and other ambitious people who are wanting to come out of the matrix, like become heroes of their own life, right? Hopefully that's not a too old of a terminology. Do people know Matrix at all here?
Yes.
Sort of, you know Matrix? No? No. We are saying like this. Oh my gosh, okay, you should look at it, you'll be like, oh, I'm just seeing it? Okay, great. Yeah, it really allows you to have a different perspective on what you do is. Yeah, so all my mentors have already had these great successes, and now their goal is to help others get there. So the idea of this entire thing is, if this works out, is that we're going to tell our members, whoever's working with you is going to say, hey, here's the Maya or Paul or Roderick or Trevor. These guys, they'll say, hey, this guy is killing it. Mindset is on point, this is on point, this is on point. I think this person is a great candidate for you to work with to take them to the next level. And that's the case we're talking about, right? Because we are not financially free in this room. We're just gateways to them, okay? All right? So our goal is to help you make a case for yourself so that it's strong, to let our mentors know that you got it going on and that you're serious about your dreams and goals. How do you probably build a case for yourself? By showing you have strong integrity and accountability, right? That you're able to put people before profits. Everybody says that, but when it sometimes comes to dollars, people don't do that. So it's important for you to actually do that. And then to show that you're very ambitious. When I talk about ambition, you're talking about willing to do what it takes to get where you're trying to be, even if it makes you very uncomfortable or it is doing things that you actually don't like. Okay? Because the same very successful people have the same number of hours in a day. It's just that they their choices are different every single day. Okay? Alright, and then the other thing is what is your decision-making process? How do you make decisions when you're exposed to information? Okay, and if you do need the verification of somebody that's important to you, that's fine. Make sure that they're getting the same information you're getting to make that informed decision. Okay, because it only makes sense. Okay, and then what is your why? Make sure that you have a defined, clear-cut reason as to why you want to do anything more than what you got going on. Right? Why do we say that? What we have found is that if you can accomplish the lifestyle that you want, doing what you already are doing, you're not going to make any changes to do anything new or more or on top of what you got going on. The human brain has a tendency to find, like water, water finds the lowest level to run. Your brain has a tendency of just finding the easiest strategy to get what it wants, right? So the idea is that if you don't have a strategy that makes your water want to run uphill, then you're not going to, even if the idea, it looks great and it is great, you're not going to do it. Because in your head, it was just a good idea for you to want these things in life, but you really don't really want those things in life, right? It just sounded good. Okay, so our goal, our hope is that throughout this entire thing, to find and define why for yourself. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I met my mentors, nobody defined why. Nothing. I thought I was smart, and like, I'll be fine. But, competitive nature. All my mentors are engineers. And I'm 20, 30 years in the field by the time I met them. So I'm like, I'm smart, but I don't want to be stupid at the same time. Right? You don't want to, because if all engineers are doing the same thing, and most engineers are very skeptical about every single thing, they will overanalyze anything to them. And all of them have done the same work and realized that this is a great opportunity. Why? Come on. I'm gonna do it and then I'll figure out if it works or not. And praise God for his mercies that it clearly would. That's why I'm still in it and doing extremely well. Alright, so hopefully that makes some kind of sense. Hopefully your eyes haven't glazed over 100% just yet. Okay, his eyes is definitely not glazed over. Alright, so these are these quick things we're gonna run through. A good bit of it you've already read in the book, okay? You guys did get a chance to read the book? Yeah. Great job. So we're just gonna talk about different ways of making money. Cash flow quadrants. What asset development looks like and how to do it. The business plan in general, specifically mentorship, and our specific compensation structure that talks about your money. Okay? Cool. So this might look somewhat familiar. Robert Kiyosaki coined this exact quadrant system called the cash flow quadrant to discuss different ways people make money, right? And this side is considered the active side, this side is considered the passive side. I have a tendency of getting excited here, so I'm just gonna usually run really fast and start using a whole bunch of Caribbean dialects. So feel free to stop me or slow me down and say, Trini, what do you say? Or just say, just stop. Just stop. Stop is good. My eyes is like, what? Alright, yes. Alright, so this side, the ENS side, the active side of making money, right? In the quadrant, you're an employee, you're trading time for money, right? You have allegedly people jump in this quadrant because they believe it's secure. Somebody else is doing the hard work, and they just have to come every day, show up and get a check. 9 to 5, or 9 to, or 8 to 5. 10 to 6, right? Right, they trade the time for money, and the employer takes care of everything. In the S quadrant, you are the employee and the employer. So you can do everything. Everything from cleaning toilets to buying dining with clientele. Right? Depends on the type of business that you're in. So you definitely spend more time there, but most people like this idea because they can control more of their income. Well, the hope is. Right? So if you're a doctor, so S quadrant people are like your doctors, your lawyers, your consultants. People who can charge a large amount of money per hour because they're specialists. Alright? Cool. Or those are people who have engineering firms or what have you. Okay? So that's it. But it's very active. It means that if you don't show up for a few days or even a year, you won't get paid. Your presence is highly needed for these two sides. Okay? A lot of people, when you tell them that to this quadrant, they're like, no, I have employees. I'm like, right. Probably the first day or two, they'll be very vigilant employees. But by second or third week, they're like, boss, I'm not here today. Guys, let's do this is a 2 hour lunch now. Let's go, right? So that's the thing. And because the employees are there, their income is not impacted by the growth or the success of the business or failure of the business, they don't necessarily have a tendency of pushing to the end like the business owner would push. Right? And that's a challenge with these categories. So if you need more information, just read what's his name? Robert Kiyosaki's book, Cash Flow Quadrants. It's really good. That helps kind of distinguish these quadrants. Now, this science we're very excited by. This science is passive income. B for big business owner and I for an investor, right? Big business owner is somebody who has built a system that makes money for them. So talking about public franchising, that's a great idea, right? Where you're able to duplicate yourself, and through the process of duplicating yourself, money comes. The challenge is, it takes effort to duplicate yourself and to get that right. And most people don't have the wherewithal financially or time-wise, or even the expertise to do that. So you will see a lot of great like Chinese restaurants, for instance. Real good, I love them. I eat every day, right? Women are still moving, we still eat it. I'm joking, we don't do that. We don't do that. I'm joking. But these Chinese restaurants allow to that, right? But they still, a lot of them have a franchise. Like, you wouldn't see like a good chain of them per se, like you see like a Starbucks. That is very standardized, right? You might have, so there's a lot of variability there. I'm not saying that they're not successful. God knows they probably make hundreds of thousands of dollars in a day, possibly the amount of traffic, depending on where they are, right? But the thing about it is franchisability. So in other words, what does that mean? Is that even though they're making great money, they still have to physically be present to get orders. Okay? Because most of the time, you'll see mom and dad, and the kids are the ones that are running the show, right? Being the waiters, waitresses, or what have you, speaking dialect, Asian culture, language, and what have you. So that's, so the idea is if you're here, you want to transition to here. Why? Because after a period of time, you can physically not be in the system. Like most people, when they go to McDonald's, they actually don't have a clue who owns that location. You might know the manager if you need to talk to somebody higher up, but you will never know the owner of it. The owner is most likely $1 million away having fun somewhere. Right? Because he probably has like 7 locations or 10 locations. Right? Our mentors ran into somebody who had like 100 Wendy's. Yeah. And he was trying to give it away. Right? Why? Because he was like, it's a lot of work to maintain. It's a lot of paperwork, and he's like, you don't have time for that. Because it's getting into his fun time, So it was really funny. So our mentors and investor, money makes money, beautiful thing on the planet. But the challenge of being here is that you need what? Money. So it's a circular argument that needs to be solved, right? So it needs an influx of money. So what our mentors tell us to do is to stay in this quadrant, in the E quadrant, live your life, what happens. But while you are there, they can help you make an S quadrant income simultaneously, so in 2 quadrants at the same time. And then they can help you transition this S quadrant income to B quadrant income. Right? Once it's there, then the money that's pumping out, like a good click, you can put it to here, wherever you like. It's your money because it's debt-free cash flow that we're talking about, like 6 figures, real beautiful. And you can stay in this quadrant for as long as you want. Our mentors are never going to tell you to leave. Okay, but most of us can't wait to get out of it, right? Because I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do, but I hate getting up early to do it. Yeah, if I can get up, I can put over at 11 and then leave by 4:30, it would be great before traffic, right? Right. And if I really want to work hard at 6, I'll push it to 6. Right? That'll be a great lifestyle, really great for life, and not to be doing it on the cup or on the later type of thing. So this is the income that our mentors are helping us create. So most people have zero clue what this is. They've never, everybody told you, your mom would probably tell you what your business is, they did. It's this business they're talking to you about. They ain't talking about big business. Right? So our mentors have noticed there's a need to teach what that means. Big business is what? Back in the day, you needed a lot of employees and a lot of money. to be in this portion. That's why most people work there. Because you needed a brick and mortar establishment and you needed a lot of money to keep that running. But in this day and age, you can do everything over the internet and duplicate yourself easily over the internet without needing that type of overhead. And you bring it via your duplication via business owners as opposed to employees. The benefit being business owners will always go the extra yard for their business. You won't have to ask them or talk to them about it, like, are you coming today? No, right? So that's that, and of course, the same numbers exist because it's a big business, right? So that's a general gist of the cash flow quadrant and how we use it to leverage and to create wealth, right? Cool. Most of us probably don't want this lifestyle, spending a lot of time just to make money or just to make a living. Most of us don't mind creating an asset, right? And how we are talking about creating an asset is using the big business model. The big business model, what is consistently true for all big businesses, is that you must have a common line of products. So in other words, a big business model is like McDonald's, right? Even though the food can kill you, they're making money. They're making money. They're actually making money. I don't know how. A lot of people when I tell them you buy McDonald's, say, no, I don't. But somehow McDonald's making real money from other people. Somehow. I don't know who that people, those people are. But anyway, so McDonald's is a great example of a big business system. When you go into McDonald's, a number one is a number one, and it's always a number one in America. Right? In America, I should say. Of course, different countries, different markets do differently, right? Right? So you have to have common products. So the bun has to be the same, the patty, the lettuce, the tomatoes has to be cut the exact same thickness. So as tea, they have that down to a science. As to exactly, and even to minimize time while they're making the sandwich so that they make it faster. Right? The exact cut of fries. You don't go to one and you ain't seeing some big thick fries, and or you're going to another one and getting thin fries. All of them have the similar fries. Right? Exactly. So you have the common thing. You really smell is the same. Right? When you go into all of that. The other thing that big businesses must have is every business owner must be educated the same way. Because if you don't, then you will have a challenge in quality. Quality control is a big problem if you don't do it properly, right? So every business owner must know it. Or what if each business owner is figuring things out on their own, they may lose a lot of money in the process of figuring it out. And therefore your business ends up to go bankrupt in that particular location. You don't want that. The other thing too is incentives. They have to want to know, why am I in business with you? Why? What I can choose, I probably have options of other big businesses. Which one should I get? Okay, so with that combination, of course you need locations. You need, this is just 6 here, but you want thousands of locations, okay? So like McDonald's has like thousands of locations, hundreds of thousands, right? So the idea is that you want something that's booming like that. Okay, so that's just the thing that we're looking for. Most people are familiar with this setup, which is just making a living, unfortunately. They go ahead and give their time to their job, build these guys' assets, it is what it is. They give you money for the time, right, that you spend there, and then you take that hard money that you just got, and you go to somebody's store, and then you buy products, right, and then you get it, and then you do the whole thing all over again, right? It's not a sin or anything, but people be doing it, right? Right. So what I'm mentioning is saying that the challenge with this setup is everybody's making money, but this person here. Right. Everyone, at least for those who want to change that, we can help you. Let's talk about how we can help you. The same transactions that you were doing over here, which is buying stuff. Everybody needs stuff to live. Because anything that you will need to do is get stuff and pay taxes and die. It's to say it like that, but it's just what has to happen. Okay? So those things, how about getting paid for that though? Right? Maya, tell me, where do you like to shop? Yes, they take my money too, girl. I don't know what's going on there. How about you, Paul, where do you like to shop?
I like to shop at Publix, I should say.
Publix, they are addictive as well. They say like shopping is a pleasure, but no, it's not shopping is addictive. Air in there, makes you just spend more money. To make that story. Right. So how about if I were to tell you guys that if the public sort of pay you to shop there or the government would pay you to shop there, would you be okay with that idea? Yeah, of course. Heck yeah, right? Right. So we don't, we're not a partnership with Walmart or Publix. Just but the idea is the same. The same things you already spend money on shampoo, conditioner, that great suits, great outfit, everything, and anything that you do between when you got this money and before I met you, apart from gas and buying a car, you buy a car, right? Any of those things, some of them are here, right? Nutrition, home care, jewelry, electronics, this is my addiction. Office supplies, another addiction. Yeah, all that athletic gas, another addiction. So all of this stuff that if you have to buy anyway, how are we getting paid for it? That is what we do. Live to run and help others get paid to do the same thing. Well, that's the end of the presentation. Have a great night. That's true. That's really what it is. I don't need to show you dollars and cents, of course. Right? To show exactly how that makes sense, right? So the idea is that the same transactions you do anyway, which is these things, you can do buying products online, okay? Get paid to do so, and then most likely you have friends, family, colleagues that you connect with on a daily basis, yearly basis, whenever, that want the same opportunity to make money. All of this being done on a part-time basis. So don't have to give up your job for it, and nothing is mandatory. It's really sad nothing is mandatory because most people aren't business owners, so they don't do stuff. But it is what it is, it's your business. So you literally control when and how you do what you do. But the good news is, even though this program is beautiful and exists already, that doesn't necessarily mean people know how to run a business successfully, and that's where mentorship comes in. Okay? Because you can always call the partnering company to do that, but that doesn't mean you're going to work with us. Okay? So I'm going to connect those two dots in a bit. The platform or the partnering company that we use to give us access to these everyday products, but the highest quality on the market, okay, is Amway Global. They're absolutely amazing and they're number one in the world in what they do. 180-day money back guarantee on products, even if you've used it already. Madness. Could you imagine using on the full toothpaste and then going back to Walmart and say, guys, this was no, right? And then like you have to wait till the end of the tube to figure out that it didn't taste right. Just have to check. Right? No, if you do that with Amway, that will be fine. You don't even need to ask a question. They'll just do it. Alright, I want to do the 180 days period, right? And what's beautiful about it, my dad, because I'm from the Caribbean and some people do shady activities in the Caribbean. So my dad is concerned that any company can hold on to this type of money back satisfaction guarantee. He's like, how do you do that? Because some people will just use a little and send it back. Because the shipping is free back to the corporation. So it doesn't cost you as a consumer to buy and use their stuff, right? But the reason why clearly Amway is still in business is because no one's doing that, because the quality is so good. And I am not usually a bougie person, because I grew up in a civil nation, running around my barefoot and running around it. But like, this stuff is so good. It's so good. If you like yourself, you will love yourself. Yeah. Right? The quality, maybe your skin end up being subtle until after the lotion and hair. You know, that's what this is nice. Oh, man. No, oh my God, I'm joking. So yeah, you realize that it really they take care of you because there was a research and development, all the patterns they have to make sure that the product rocks, that people want to come back. All right, because they know who they're competing with. They're number 35 on the private companies list. And all of this is great, but I love this part right here. You see bonuses and incentives to people like me. That's beautiful. Cool. Which business will voluntarily share their profits with you? Right, we're still looking. Apart from Amway, we're still looking. Right? So 58.6 billion from since 1959. I think this is their 6th year birthday this year. So they've been doing it for quite some time and they've always been in business. All right, so you want to just consider that. Even though I kind of briefly touched on this before, you can have the best platform in Amway, but that doesn't mean that you're able to capitalize on all the opportunities that Amway has. And that's where the mentorship comes in, because you can always call Amway and get started. They would love you because their goal is to produce and have somebody else market it and sell it and have it, which is great. But this partnership with Brick Worldwide rocks because Brick Worldwide coaches and mentors new business owners on how to excel at distributing the products and make sure that this distribution pattern that is created sustains for life. Because our goal is to help you do this thing once and done. But you don't have to go back and do it, right? I've been blessed. I just actually came back from a beautiful mentorship leadership session in Seven Springs, Pennsylvania. It's amazing. You saw my time? Glad joke. But yeah, and I really get to see how to these people, good right leaders. Coaching and mentorship is abundant, and they give it to you based on the level of your growth. All right, so it's a performance-based business and a performance-based mentorship program. So if you are growing, you know performance. That's right. Right, we have conferences. We have mobile apps and online resources to help. So they're really on the cutting edge of what it takes to run a business. And of course, streaming AVs from audio and video. So that means while you are on the go, you can get the training that you need. Okay? So putting it together, Amway with Brick Worldwide helps this person and this idea, which is an independent business owner, put it all together so that they can make money. All right, and every party in here needs each other. Everybody, kind of. Yeah, kind of. Right. So these are some of the products that we leverage and help make and keep great customers using. Right. As number one in the world in skincare, Nutrilite number one in the world in top 10 in the world in skincare. Nutrilite number one in the world in health and nutrition and dietary supplements. Excess energy. Wonderful energy drink. Wonderful energy. And we are actually partnered with a few people that you guys may be familiar with. Forever 21, I think some people shop there. Right? Target, Petco, Nike. You know, I like the Nike idea because it's like being Michael Jordan, getting paid to wear heels. I guess you get paid to wear Nike attire. So, really cool. Again, I just had the trip to Pennsylvania. I got paid to go there because Expedia is one of our partner stores. So that means when I booked my flight, I got paid because I booked my flight through them. I would have already gone to Pennsylvania, but now I get the money kind of thing. I appreciate that. And on top of that, we have a credit card with Bank of America. Guess which card I used to go to Expedia? Yes. The Bank of America card. So I get paid twice for the same activity. Sounds great. Right. So I really like that idea. If anybody is interested in, popping any type of things, feel free to, check theirs out, right? Cool beans. So let's talk money, okay? Right, so how do we put it all together? It's a great idea and everything, but let's talk money. So we're going to give you a handout with all of this, okay? So just see if you could follow me while we're talking about it. Okay, don't worry about taking too much notes here because again, you're going to get this right. What's not on this slide that you need to write that down. But what's on this slide is going to be on the table. Does that make sense? Right. You ever been to a presentation and people say, don't take any notes, the slides are available. When you get the slides, it's like, shoot, I was going to say something on this one slide and I have to go on stage for that slide. Yeah, so I know to rock you off that feeling. Or to have you have that feeling. Okay. Cool. So what our mentors say is that we recommend that you redirect the money that you're giving to, some of it to Walmart, Publix, and these guys, redirect it through your own personal business. So Brown Worldwide, hey, BWW. That's a good one. Keep that last. Brown Worldwide, Simpsons Incorporated. Or just Simpson, right? Oh, really? It doesn't have an S at the end of that one?
No, it's Simpson. I thought you were saying since it's gonna be mine, so.
It is. You're right. You're right. So Simpsons Incorporated is really of yours. You're right. Possessive, things like that. Right. So it's now consider this to be you. No, that can be your, you know,
It's-
right.
Can't be my hair though.
Yeah, right. But you see, you have that relative terminology, so, you know, right? Right? So the idea is that redirect the money to your own company and get paid to do so. So we're going to, if this works out, we'll register you as your own business entity, and then that entity, as it produces, as it buys products and moves products, it gets paid to do the exact same thing. Okay? Now, let's talk about the ratio in which you get paid. Every business needs a system of some sort. So, we do it by this ratio here. 1 PV or point value is equal to 3 business volume. Right? Points, right? Good. So 3 BV in America, this is 3 BV, we stands for US dollars. So in other words, for every 3 US dollars that you spend in your own business, you get 1 point through Amway. And as you accrue points, you move up the bonus schedule. Not too hard, right? Almost. Not too many days over, right? Okay, good. Good. So we're going to start. The bonus scale starts at 100 points, but there's no mandatory requirement for you to have to do $300 of business. In other words, you're not penalized if you don't make it to this chart. So in other words, you don't keep your credit card on file and keep swiping every month. Yes, some people do that. What's wrong with that? Right? So our goal, the point is anything that you need to buy, see if you get it from your business first. Because why? You get paid for it. I'm going to show you the payment part of this. So say if you do a $300 of business, so that means that 100 points, you actually get $9 of cash money to you. Yes, you can't call home to your family and say, I'm ready to pay that mortgage off with this $9 that you just got. But please know, in the real world, that's outside of this business, you would have spent this $300 anyway buying other things, the same things that you just bought. And the advantage of buying into your own business, because you are a business owner, you actually bought it at wholesale prices that made you save $87. Right, so it would have been $387, but because you got from your business, $300. And then on the $300 that you did indeed spend or buy from your business, you're getting 3% of it back to you, which is $9. You see this circle right here? It's simple, but it's the most important circle of what we do. Because this shows that the expense of your life, from toiletries to drinks, anything you can think of apart from again gas bill or have you, you could then change your expenses. The expenses just became an income generating thing to you. Madness! Because you're going to spend money anyway. Why not get paid just because you set expenses? You see, that just made me sign up. That's the only thing I understood when I started doing right. I'm getting paid to use the restroom, score. Let's do it. And of course, in the course of a year, what have you, we can, make some more money. Now, this, of course, can extrapolate, right? Say you know 6 people who want to make and save money doing what they already do. They do the exact same thing you just did, where each bubble here, they did 100 points. So that's 6 of them, so it's 600 points plus yours is 700. You're actually in the middle of this bonus scale, so we take the floor of it, which is 9%. You're at 9% level. Alright? So you're now getting paid 9% of the business volume that you personally did. Right? Together with some extra stuff that we can't really see right now, because of the time or what have you. But that makes your income jump up to $135 a month. So Paul, what do you think you're gonna spend at 135 on that?
Yeah, definitely gonna go to public experience.
I like that.
Joking, but
Very good.
yeah, after reading the book, and they told me, or they said, use your business to go ahead and buy your luxuries. So I'll either save them 135, or I'll probably buy something luxury. So I'll be something that I want.
I like that. And how about you, Mike? How much you gonna spend that money on? I'm saving. You save it, okay. That's fine too. Right? This is your business, your decision, right? right? And the other thing too, like for me, since you're Tallahassee, sometimes actually a lot of money because they're using their stuff. So I can use probably a light bill because that seems to get high duty stuff for me. Right, like very cool in there. So for me, that's what I was saying. But I don't say there's no right or wrong answer. I like that. You go to buy a nice watch, you get a nice watch, right? Because you like dress nice. And I like the Lakers color tie. Is it because are you a Lakers fan? No, it's super Lakery.
I like the Celtics.
Celtics! And you have black tie on. Impressive. We'll talk about that later. Now, of course, the 6 people that you connect with, then you know 4 people that you don't know. I'm pretty sure, right? So, assuming that everybody does the same thing, again, this is just a presentation, but you can build the business anyway. It's just that we can't change the slides every day for whatever idea people have, right? But there's no limit or restriction or constraint on how many people you can have. The more people you help, the more money you make. Period. That is exactly how this is made. Okay? Alright, so say everybody does the same thing for people. That is 1 person, so that simply this group is 5. Multiplied by 6 is 3,000 plus 1 is 100. You're right here in the middle, right? You take the floor of it, it's at 18% level, right? And then you keep $1,000, you know?
To save that.
Boom, they say that one. I feel you. And you possibly, if you didn't want to save that, you might just put it towards rent, that's fine. Because those people like to come on the first for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with that. And they don't like it when you're late. What's going on here? No, seriously crazy people. Something called police. Asking questions. Right. Okay, and then the story can go on. And the story can actually go on infinitely long. Right? It's just again 1 slide, it's not good everything on it. Right, but you need some type of system or systematic way to present data. So 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13, multiplied by 6, 78, plus U is 79. 79 people, each doing 100 points. You're at 7,900 points. You're at the top of the bonus scale over here, right? Take the floor of that, you're 25% level. Boom, over $3,000 a month. Guys, when you guys want to take me? Come on, let's go ahead. Let's pass the spreadsheet around. When you guys want to take me for lunch? Right? We should do this. Right? How about you, Paul? What you going to spend your money on?
Don't say that.
Say that too. Yeah, absolutely. That's not looking real quick to your bank account, you know? When you walk in now and into your bank account, your bank account looking at you, like, that's looking at you. Right. One time, my colleagues ran into that problem. They like start looking at me, they asked me to come to special line. I come straight to the desk. So I'm like, yeah, right. So you can start, it starts growing, right? And of course, you're still saving money somewhere. Yes, here. Alright, you're still saving money, and please note, it's not a wholesale buying club, so you need clients, right, to legitimize your business, alright? So you have a few people who most likely don't want to do the business, but they love your products. So making money and building your asset using other people's money is a great idea as well. So just do that. And please note, what you're doing is the same 100 points, the same thing you did in the beginning. That's why I said that bubble is the most important circle, because if you can do it, you can teach it. Okay? Alright, next thing. So as you do that, if you help, when you get to the top of that level, and you consistently keep that for 12 months out of the fiscal year, you're making over $56,000 a year. And please note, it's not a part-time basis. You're talking about between 10 to 15 hours a week you're putting into your business to make this type of money. Most people leaving college, that's what their starting pay is with a college degree, an undergrad degree. So you're talking about on a part-time basis, you can basically match your undergrad income from when you leave school. Madness. Or if you don't want to even get to school, don't even use it as an example. Just get it straight away. All right, and what we can do is we usually tell you between 6 to 18 months we can help you get there. All right, based on your ambition levels and how good you are at being mentored. Okay, good. So 12 months is your income. Then if you help 3 people, say you help these 3 people get to the same level that you were just at, right? Again, duplicating yourself properly, right? Then you're considered a founder's emerald, making over $123,000 a year. I won't live over here. Yeah, just stay here. But look at that. Right? Just stay right here. Got you. And then when you have 6 people, you're at the founder's diamond level, making over $561,000 a year. Okay? And the reason why this is not a fixed value that it fluctuates is because you can help these people do more than 7,500. Because this 6% is how much they have done. And this can end up being 10,000, this could be 15,000, this can be a lot, this can grow infinite, like real big. So your 6% is growing at the same rate too. So that's why we can't give you a full-fledged ceiling on it, because it's based on your performance and how good you are at helping others. I like that, you know? Yeah, it's really crazy, right? Good. So let's talk about what Army does after a while. Is that because of all these great qualifications, you get to travel the world on their dime. All expensive paid trips to Hawaii, Peter Island. By the way, they own this island in British Virgin Islands, right? Okay, so Peter Island, and if you went there like a regular human being or whatever, right? You pay $5,000 a night. Yeah, $5,000 a night. And that's just the cheapest night. That's just the cheapest location on the island. You get your own chef, butler, and gardener for your whole stay. Just get them fresh. Right. Just get what you want. Right? And then of course there are other trips that too numerous to mention, but just know that if you like to travel, they will also pay for you to do that. And not just by yourself, the whole family is doing it. So you believe in family reward and hope and freedom. Yeah? Good stuff. So a lot of people look at that and say, a pyramid scheme that personally always making all the money, yada. Now, of course, mathematics needs to prevail on all these conversations. So this particular structure may seem like that, but it's not, and I'll show you why. If this is me, and say this is you somehow, right? And say you help 3 people achieve that this level, this Q12 level, right? It's 56K, so you help 3 people do that. You're making $123,000 a year, right? As per the presentation. Say you help 1 person that went buck wild and helped 6 people. They're getting 6 of those same checks. So their income becomes this. So they are clearly making more money than you. Who's then clearly making more money than you. So it's not a pyramid scheme. The person who performs gets money. Period. Okay? Alright. With that, I'm done. I'm definitely going to turn it over back to the host, but while the host gets up here, I definitely want to press upon you to definitely connect with the person who had vision in me. Right? Definitely connect with them. Go over the material and study it. Make sure that you're prepared to discuss what you saw today and any questions that you have. Okay? You want to make sure that you're getting expert answers to what you're thinking. All right? And with that, back to Ms. Jones.
Thanks to Lady for that awesome presentation. So now I would like to bring up a few movers and shakers making it happen in a big way. Starting with Mr. Aaron Thompson. Tell us your name, your profession, and what you're excited about.
I love being up here. That's awesome. Great job, Miss Sid. That was awesome. My name is Aaron Thompson. Like most of you know, of course, I work for AutoZone. I love to be observed. But I'm excited about what I love about this business because it offers opportunity for me to buy back my life. And not just buy back my life, but buy back my wife's life, my granddad's life, my mom's life, the people that need me for their life. And that's almost close to the end of their life. So that's what I love about it. That's the reason what gets me in the morning, push, be better than what I were yesterday. I gotta go get these people right. That's what I mean.
Thank you. All right. The next rock star is Mr. Roger McKenzie.
Good night, everyone. I'm Roger McKenzie. Yes, by profession, I'm actually a family grad student studying facilities management, and I'm also a minister in training. And what I'm excited about with this business is having the opportunity to be able to reach a helping hand and help others along the way. I realized that one of the major things, it's two major investments I want to focus on. One is investing in myself, and the second thing is investing in others. Because once you do those two things there, you can change the world.
Thank you, guys. So with that, as Steven said, please get back to the person that invited you to get all of your questions answered. And look at these sites for more information. And with that, I hope you all have a great evening. Get home safely. Business owners, we will meet back at 9:15 minutes. All right, have a good
Feeling good.
Hey, looks good. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yes. Yes, all of
One thing that.
I'm gonna turn that, I'm gonna picture that, and see what you say, make sure that's on there. That's my man. That's what I'm telling once you tell me, yeah, because basically, I played games for 2 years already, so I don't feel like she playing. I feel like so I feel like he should, it's responsible. So if he say he's not, I have to pay him. I don't care about it. I just want to play because I want to play. But if you say I gotta pay, I got 2 new ones.
You got another?
Well, I got 2. I got one is I got one. It's like you know, jacket. This belt I got on was a reversible belt. It turned brown. And I did not know it. I didn't know it.
That looks like a doctor.
Yeah, I bought the belt.
Oh, you bought the one? Is he rocking the one? Hey.
Oh, bro.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, I'll give you 20. I'll pay the rest of it. Whatever you want from the I can live with that. You can live with it. I promise you, bro. You can get whatever you want. Like you. Like, even if I'm not there, if mom let me know, I'll go there, I get it like a day. Yeah, 'cause I can go there. I usually like sometimes like okay, like I know for we go watch CDC before we leave. The night before we leave, like 2 hours before we leave, donuts and some breakfast sounds. That's what I'm doing for breakfast. I literally just go there. I go in the back and make it. They real. That's why I don't because I think about leaving because it's so chill. I can take off whenever. I can really call out that day. And then everything's perfect. I can go in and out. Everybody's like, even if you don't schedule, it's still like you're flexible. Always on schedule.
Let me ask you this. Would you be able to be a personal?
Oh, because
yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out, you want to make sure that this is up.
Right.
I know it's chilling all that stuff. I want to make sure that you will. You feel that they don't
right, yeah, and that's the one reason why I'm thinking about leaving because it's not allowing me to do that. Even though it's chilling, yeah, I understand that that's cool and stuff, but that's the outcome. That's the reason why I'm everyone just allow me to do that.
I understand.
Because it's not that's why. That's
it's up to you. I can get that speed up.
get rid of this. That's really what's taking on. Once that's gone, that's what I told her. So you can take care of the
I said that you said nothing. They also we speak. That's what I again. You gotta love it. I made up the house today a few days ago. I don't know what else to touch on. It makes you want to go see everything. Yeah, man.
I was about to cancel it. I really wanted to cancel it.
It's all right. Love yourself.
Yeah. Next time.
Definitely see us well. Believe it.
I think my I don't want to tell you.
It's all good. Don't worry. Next time, you're going to free.
I would just let you see.
Yeah, I was just gonna test it up.
I'm looking forward to it.
And then this is girl she actually got that match. She just found the same color shoes that I'm wearing. Today.
Oh, shit. I'm going in.
And Daisy got some nice stuff too. She got some suits.
Wow, Jackie ready.
Jackie Williams.
How you doing, man?
And but the good thing about it is she
Wow, they just so pretty.
I don't remember checking.
Like all I used to do, I used to see the that's no, because I only left a slim fit. I want, and actually got this
Dang, I
one.
should have called you earlier today. I'm so
Nah,
sorry.
I
So, Macy's got sell one of the shirts, but it ended today.
dang, bro.
$20.
Wow. And they got some really nice shirts. Really, really nice
They
shirts.
got all the colors.
Wow.
So I got two today.
Oh, man. I love that. I actually think it because I need another thing. I need a gray fit. I need yeah, gray one. I need a new white one. So gray, white, and then I also need orange.
I'm not too sure.
Gotcha.
Because I have like one shirt that fit, I bought another regular fit. What I did, I just went a size under. Made it smooth.
I got a journey. Should be sitting still. I can get you. Asian something.
Oh yeah, they do. I was looking at the shirt. They said some good pants too.
Yeah.
I mean, because
This
it's
is
not.
actually Asian pants. I had this a long time ago.
Oh, see, these not even like these. These not like
This one's a stretch.
no, because you know how. I don't want to say church pants, but like dress pants. Yeah, we feel this material is different from that. Like that's like
Oh, yes.
more the chino type.
Yeah, yeah.
So, right, exactly. This is more like Tennessee.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, yours is like this.
Yeah.
Mine's is slow.
I got you. Yeah.
It's definitely,
For some reason, I don't know. The reason why I was in contact with her, but they just do both for this. And she said, girl, like, I think she'll come over. And we
I
made it.
supposed to ask you one for the girl.
Okay, so see, the thing about it is that I'm gonna call her. Because she's a close friend. Okay, and see what happens. Yeah,
Did I do her right?
that's the thing I have. She can see you around once a week.
Okay, that's what was wrong. Good, good, yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of glad that she couldn't make it.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I loved it. So I make sure I send you the schedule too.
Yeah, that was yours.
Okay. Anything else will be on?
Yeah, what do you have so far?
So pretty much identifying free leadership and
it's so easy with a relationship.
And then you said it too. No, we don't. So you wanna, yeah. Okay. And then you want to also
Eagle.
and you want to give the logistics that we're leaving at 10 p.m.
Yes, that's right here.
Wonderful.
Uh-huh. You write this down.
Mm-hmm.
This is a date that we have to change on the calendar for me and this.
Okay.
We have to do better than expected because they're tired. They're not gonna be good enough for us to actually leave from here straight to Miami.
Okay.
Our dad's are gonna come to Jackson so they can change all the time.
Got you. Okay.
On the 30th, and the 30th is the day I'm hosting, which is actually the day she.
Got you. Okay. All right. Thanks. Could you just text me that right now? Yeah, because.
I was just letting.
But I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for letting me know.
But anything else other than that? After the Eagle, do the takeaways, summer conference is the main thing. No place on Sunday because of summer conference.
Right.
Anything else other than that? Oh, next
Make
week.
sure that they buy the tickets if
Yes, oh yeah, I got
has
that
the
here.
ticket.
I have that here.
Yeah.
And I'll also put next week who doing presenting thing for next week.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, that should cover it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. He was born in 1995. Almost talking about born 1990. No, she was born 1990. See, I like changed my life, man.
Alright, I'll do this, okay. When he's ready, press play and make it bigger. This is for the function promotion, okay?
Hey, gotcha.
No problem. Easy peasy. Squeeze.
Anybody need, tips out for the spread a lot? Because I have water on myself. I don't know why. It might be a hole on my lip.
He said, get up, look at him.
All right, guys. Are you ready for an outfit training? All right, so, before we get started with our training, we will bring up Mr. Roderick McKee for our announcements.
All right. Yeah, I'm doing that. All good. Awesome. That was a fantastic presentation, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, man, I love it, man. I love it. First of all, before we get into things, I definitely give a shout out to the AV in the corner here. We're on the signing table. See, boy, you build boy. I got so much nuggets from that plan. I think she said in between, just read between the lines. I want to take it. But before I say mine, I want to know anyone else have to take it. They want to share. Hey, let's go over here. I go ahead, share. Go for it.
I always gotta be the first one. Exit the matrix and become Neo's tomorrow morning.
Hey, that was a really good one.
I'm not gonna take everyone else's takeaways.
I'm Brittany for being a wonderful host.
Yeah!
I was wondering that I didn't say that. Awesome job, Brittany. Thank you so much. Thank you. Any other takeaways?
Yeah.
Go ahead, first.
I like when she said there's a challenge of quality if the education's not there for the quality of life.
Yes. See that one.
I like the way how you started the entire thing, like with all the jokes. And did you practice that or is that impromptu?
Super impromptu.
You should do stand up, like people would go crazy about it.
I'll get counselors first and see what they say. They're happy.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Sanjay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Another takeaway I like to hold up. She's like, when she's talking about the 642, she said it's not a wholesale buying club. You still need clients. And she introduced the customers. That's like, hey, like a steal. I like that. It's not a wholesale buying club. I really love that. And then of course she said, you get to travel the world on their dime. And like I said, she showed that the slide, the vacations and all that. Really good stuff. Yeah, man. That's what happened. No, it's the last one.
Right, okay, so I like where she put emphasis on the foundation, where she was like, if you give someone an iPhone who has no idea how technology works, they'll take the stone next to it, it's a better thing. And I'm like,
that's right, the iPhone.
I don't even like
Good
iPhone.
example, she said the iPhone.
I make mistakes all the time. I make a lot of mistakes.
Absolutely.
Super big mistakes.
One real big one I forgot to point. She says, all they can do is tell you not to do this, and that's not an answer. That I was like, wow. Like when people talk to you, oh, you shouldn't do this, and like that's not the answer. Give me something to do, but it's not an answer.
Sounds good. But
It's not to do this.
you probably got a long list of 7 Springs, huh?
Yeah!
I think I bought that like it's 2 or 2. Go ahead, Brittany.
And continuing what Aaron said,
Mhm.
then after that, she was like, if not this, then what you're doing, or the trajectory that I'm on, that I know is gonna work.
Oh,
That's a spoken word right there. That's what I'm talking about. It's a fire on that. It was so good, man. It was so good. It was so good. But all right, yeah, man, that's great takeaways. That's just one more. Julia, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, she
I
was
just
just
say
one
one
of the transitioning of the slides. One in particular I wrote, well, she said, for those I want to change that, we can help you. How can we help you? And she transitioned to the transaction and compensation.
That's good. Solid transition. That's a solid transition. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Awesome stuff, man. Hey. Yes, all right. So let's get into pretty much what's going on tonight. We're looking at guests, the turnout. We definitely have an eagle.
Yeah.
For this Tuesday, and by the looks of it, it's none other than Aaron Thompson. Someone get an iPhone to take a picture, Somebody get a rock. Yeah, but a book for this one.
A who?
A book.
Oh,
I don't know.
oh.
It's all right.
You can figure it out together.
I got one.
Okay, great.
Skilled people. You're definitely skilled together here tonight, right?
Yes, sir, yes,
All right,
sir.
congrats. Yes, that's the apple life right there.
Alright, you good? Alright,
Awesome. Right, man. Yeah, can you tell us how you want to get started?
Okay, gotcha. Real quick, how I got to get started tonight, of course, how I met Maya, she actually works for AutoZone as well too. And she kind of approached me and started talking to me, and she was like, man, you're different. I said, what you mean? She just got hired. So I was like, what are you doing? I'm different. Right? I'm like, okay. And then she was just saying that, man, you're quiet the way you speak to people, you actually care about people. That's one thing that she said to me. I was like, yeah, that's true. And she was like, I'm the same way. Like, I noticed that she was doing things more than others. She would go that extra mile to do something extra, to do more to help someone. Like anytime we want something done outside, they tell me, hey, I need you to do this really quick. All the girls are like, oh, I need you to do this. I want to run and get sweaty. I look back, she out there changing bulbs and everything. What I said, I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. So when I talked to her, she was like, wow, it seems like, God sent you to talk to me. And she was like, saying, I got a message and share my story. And one thing that really stuck out to me, what she said, she was like, I know I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire, but I don't know how. Honest. Being honest. She was like, I know I'm destined to be a multi-millionaire, but I just do not know how. And that's what made me actually bring her to the Energy Month. And that's how she got here. Wow. Mr. Paul, interesting fella. I met him at AutoZone as well too. Gotta get my context. But the way I met him is, I was helping him with something. I can't remember what it was exactly. But I was helping him with something, and he was like, yo, you're not from here. I was like, what you mean? He was like, man, your swag is a little different than other people. And he was like, that's not Tallahassee. You're not Tallahassee. I was like, nah, man, I grew up in Broad. And like, he was like, oh, I'm from Bed. And he said, I'm from Beverly's. I was like, oh, the mud. He's like, you already know. I was like, yeah, your swag a little different too, man. And he was just like, man, he said something, and I dropped a message on him. And he was like, man, when you said generational wealth, you had me at there. He was like, take a minute. And what's crazy is that when I took his number, I actually wrote on a piece of paper and I lost him. And he see me at AutoZone again, and he was like, man, I was waiting on your call. I was like, I apologize, man, I lost the number. Had it in my back pocket, I washed, right? And when I recontacted him, he still was looking. He was like, man, I know things happen. He'll take my number. He'll like put it in your phone this time. And then when I spoke with him, he was like, man, it's a pleasure actually being with you. I just appreciate your time. He's a quiet guy, but I didn't know it was so much to him. He's at 23. He said that I know that I'm looking for something. I don't know what it is. So when those type of keywords actually brought me to bring them here, they had to take the process. That's how I met.
That's awesome.
Wow.
We said both of them, they actually came to him and said, hey, something different about him. That's powerful, right?
That is.
That's self-development, right?
That is.
That's what we're trying to see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go over for we of course so there's a big event coming up, summer conference.
Yeah! Woo! Yes, sir. Woo, woo!
Alright, so if you haven't got the ticket yet, definitely get it. It's $180. You should have every portion of that ticket by now. If not, it's $180. Go on the website, www.com and log in, purchase that ticket, put it in your car, and cash out or whatever. However it is, just get your ticket. However you buy it. Get that ticket off for this weekend, right? 19th, 20th, and the 21st. That's this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll be leaving Thursday night at 10 p.m. All right, we're leaving Thursday night at 10. Of course, the man, you got our Airbnb booked in. So if you want questions about that, here it is the guy. You want to say anything about that right now? Airbnb, Ernest the guy. Also, I know women have got some rooms booked as well. 2 rooms, or 2 rooms. So get the CLA, if you haven't talked about that as yet. And or if you want to be independent, buy your own room. It's up to you. It's free will. We ain't holding no one down. So definitely any of the 3 options. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it for summer conference. You probably be sending logistic email probably or some information. Has anyone here haven't been to a conference before? A major conference. Oh, okay.
Martha, get your friend.
Well, definitely you can fill you in on the information, on how to prepare for it, what to bring, the drive along the way and all that good stuff. We probably talk about that.
Yeah, I should talk to you about that. Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it here. Is there anything else I'm missing? Next week, we actually have, let me just tell you guys before I bring CLA up, we have hosting. I gotta make sure to get all that. We got an extra one in there, plus we forget. I can't forget again. So we for the AV, we have Deja doing AV, host will be Joseph.
All right.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
All right.
Presenter will be Aaron.
Hey. Hey.
And signing table will be Brittany.
Awesome.
Yeah, making it happen. All right, rotation. All right, so that's pretty much it for announcements. I would like to now bring up the one. Oh yes, video for summer conference like that.
So you don't want to.
No, go ahead, knock it out. Let's get us excited.
You like it.
Yeah. So, freedom. Oh yeah, I'm fired up this weekend, man. I'm fired up. You got something to say real quick?
So who will be at this concert?
I think so. We'll find out when we get there. How about that? We'll find out when we get there. All right. So for the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's give it up for the 7 Springs qualifier. Big things Tallahassee did up. One and only. See you later,
Thank you, man. thank you so much for doing that great announcements, man. Thank you so much, thank you so much. It's really good to have leaders stepping up, doing great things, and really great to witness growth in everybody, you know? Yeah, guys, I'm serious. I feel like I got time and stuff. Come on, I think I got time. But, you know, I had a great time at Seven Springs and everything, and I'll definitely get a lot of pictures to share with you guys. Some of the pressing ones you saw already, hopefully you did. I put it in the group, I think most of you guys have seen it, yeah, you know. But yeah. I just learned earlier today that I qualified for the leadership at 3:30 p.m. on Friday of conference. Madness. I don't know why you said yes to that. Who would say that? That's very good. So and the funny thing is, Nadia sent me the message today that, hey, by the way, you know, she was, let me just, so Nadia sent me the text. I'm like, so the text is like, leaders, make sure you guys get there early on Friday so you can make it stuff on time. So I'm there thinking, good job, we all should do that. You know, Nadia never should do that. Great leadership, you know, I'm like, probably sent the wrong person. And then I kept reading and I realized that Eagles qualified for leadership. Right, and you know, we had already decided to leave early to take advantage of time while the time in DC. So we had already decided to leave 10 o'clock Thursday so we could have more time in DC. And now it perfectly aligns with me getting there in time properly to freshen up to go to leadership session. Awesome. So probably spoken word, because we talked about that last year. Yeah. About leaving early so that we can make it through leadership sessions, right? You know, and look at that, this is madness, right? And actually I'm going to talk a little bit about that tonight because I had some fun times learning some things that I was asking my mentors and God, like, how do I package it in a way that I can share with you that you will get what I got from the education, right? So, because I don't want to keep it at all. There's no reason for me to keep it to myself. Why? Because I want all of you guys to be double eagles by the time next year turns around. We all have ample time to do it, you know? So, and I'll come to that in a little bit. So, just wanted to let you guys know that we definitely will be leaving for Sheezy at 10 p.m. on Thursday. I hope you're there. I hope you're there. Right?
And we'll be on time.
Yeah, be on time for sure. Because we definitely have to leave on time for sure. And we definitely might get a second driver for that same evening. Alright, because the 15-seater isn't a 15-seater. Right? I know you have to take it back row, right? For the bags. It was gonna be like crazy tight. We kind of low-key happy Aaron could make me last time and Joseph sorry could make me last time because we wouldn't have room for him. So, but this time, we want to make sure we have room for him. Because I think it's awkward to be like, oh, really? You're coming? Shoot. Didn't have a spot for you. But and he's thin. It's tough to say you can't make room for him, right? Yeah. So hey, I'm just joking, but love that thing. The love is strong. The love is very strong. Okay. So just a couple housekeeping that I wanted to talk about that we got at Seven Springs. Amway is moving to make the website more secure. You guys probably are aware of there were some emails that were sent a while ago about creating an Amway ID. Yeah. Okay? Did you guys get a chance to do that yet? Good. If you haven't, do it as soon as possible, okay? As soon as possible, it will help make your website more secure and everything like that. How many of you guys are on auto renew? You guys on auto renew of your business? Most of you guys might be on Ditto, but you should be also on auto renew of your business because it's tough to do Ditto without renew. Right? So definitely make sure you set the checkbox for auto renew so that you don't lose the opportunity, lose chance of ordering and what have you sponsoring. Now, the reason I ask about auto renew, when you do use auto renew, right? They talked about this at Seven Springs, and I'm like, I never see the option. But many of you guys may know this already. The actual business license for Amway is $50. Right? There's another component called the IBO AI board, which is, I'll explain what that is in a little bit. That's $12. So that brings the actual thing that you pay for to be $62. Right? That's the two pieces of it. Now, according to some folks, you have the option to not select the IBO AI portion of it. Please select it, because the IBO AI board is a very important board for us as business owners. Amway is the only business in the MLM quadrant or section of e-commerce that has a union, which is a group of people that will fight for you individually not against, but for your rights and for your benefits to be better or good or what have you. Against not against, but it's good to work together, right? But just know all our performance bonuses, this might be too heavy if this is sorry. All of our performance bonuses, every single thing, the growth incentives, every single thing in Amway, that's money coming out of the Amway, the family, the royalty, the royal family, sorry. The divorce and financial family, right? That's the ones who own Amway, right? So for anything to be approved, bonuses, anything, it's us taking more money from them to give to us, right? Right. So we have the INEO AI board, which Kumar and some of our most prestigious dignitaries within Ripple Dubai are on that board. And what they do, the INEO AI board is comprised of all the major education systems within Amway. We have one, Ripple Dubai is one, Worldwide Dream Builders, which is where Bill Hawkins comes from. Dean and Master Wheeler came from that. Tallahassee Baker, they're a part of Worldwide Dream Builders. You would know that they're worldwide because their number, the BSM number, but for their stream is BWW. It's just WW, not BWW. Right? And really, really old ones have a different letter system. But most of us, the ones that from Worldwide is BWW and the number, and then the Dream Builders will be WW and the number, right? So super housekeeping, right? So yeah, right, yeah. So what happened is that because Worldwide Dream Builders and Worldwide are like the biggest groups of within Amway, fastest growing, we really are, we run the world kind of thing. We have more representation at that table of the IBO here. So it's always a jostle back and forth between Amway and the IBO board, IBO AI board, to make sure that we're getting, that they fight for us. They fight for whatever more we want. It's literally a union. It is the only, we and Amway is only an MLM. That was when the union was created before the actual business. The IBO AI board was actually made before Amway. It was originally called an association in the beginning, and then it transitioned to IBO AI, right? So I'm saying all of that to say that $12 is important. So just check it and just make sure that you're paying towards that point. Because now they have done some phenomenal work that has been years in the making. All right, Kumar didn't say too much about it, but he just says he gave us some slides at Seven Springs that explains a good bit of the new bonuses that are coming up. Right now, they have done some real power negotiations with Amway, where a lot of the bonuses that were only for the top tier of bonuses is now pushed forward to the front side of it. So even if you have made 100 PV, you get something even more bonuses. Usually if you don't do 100 PV, you don't get much other than your retail profits. Right? Now, how Amway are moving it, and this is going to start in 2020, not now. But the leadership is telling us now, so we start adjusting our businesses to take advantage of this stuff. So start aligning it so that you're not trying to quickly adjust. So you're going to be getting more percentage retail profit earlier on in bonus chart from 0 to 6%. Yeah, and it goes on. There's something called Core Plus. You write that down. That's coming. They're probably going to talk about it. Not probably. They're going to talk about it at they should talk about it at conference. It is a little serious, but especially Core Plus is necessary. Some of the other stuff is for when you go diamond and above, where it's a heck of a lot more money. Tens of thousands of dollars you personally could be making more per pin as you go up. Okay, Founders Achievements Award. So Amway and the IBO AI board has done significant negotiations and they've made a lot more money available to us. So saying all of that to say big up the IBO AI board. When they talk about it, just know that's a great thing. I mean, we are the only MLM that has one, that has its own union and people to fight for you, right? All right, so that is, hey, what's that?
That's it. Check.
Yes, check that box, check that box. So the easiest $12 to spend. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of talk about that. So yeah, guys, it was ridiculously awesome. Any questions on that so far? That's kind of heavy. All right, and the slides, I have so many slides, not these slides. They're also on Kumar's website, the Unlimited U K Team website. I think all of us have the credentials to get in. they're there. So I don't know if they're there yet, but I know they said they were going to be there, so check there for them. I'm not going to go through it because I was like, I saw it twice because they presented it at the qualified meeting, which is Thursday night, and they did it during the meeting, and both times I was like, I was confused. So, and then I was like, I'll just wait for them to explain it again, third time. Hopefully that's a charm, where we can then explain it as a team. All right, but the idea is more money is available, and if you build your business right, you'll get all of it. All right, and that's kind of what we're going to kind of talk about a little bit about 7 Springs. So 7 Springs was awesome, as you probably already know. I sent a few pictures. I'm not really good at the whole picture taking thing, right? But some of them that were awesome, I tried to send to you. And for you guys who are in the group me, I guess I can log into the group me and show you guys some of these stuff. I'll probably check with the AV guy real quick. I don't know if I could come to your site. Thanks so much. Appreciate you. You can just go to group.com, and while he does it, you know how to log into this? You could log in under your account and we could. Okay. I can log in under my account and see it. Yes. All right, and click log in, yeah? And it should, you should be able to log in.
Well, actually,
Is that my number there already? It so is. Okay, you can do me. I guess I'll log in, I guess. I think my login is on almost everything on this computer already.
You have it as working.
Oh man, yes. I'll definitely change that later. So I wanted to just show a couple quick things. First thing is this. So this is literally, and I big up Divya Prasad, note that I said that. But Divya Prasad, who's Camden's daughter. I'm just going to take light, but hopefully you guys can still see me. I try to stand like this out. Right? So this is me pleading with Kumar that you guys are going to be with me next year. Pleading, literally pleading. And you see his face? Do you see his face? First of all, when I met him, he's like, hey, good to see you again. He super forgot that I was supposed to bring 10 eagles. Right? He's a double diamond, he's fine. He doesn't have to remember little me, right? But his face though, on me saying I didn't bring not even one squat a person. You see what I'm saying? But then again, like shorts activity. Right? Shorts activity. And this is during breakfast time, by the way. Everybody's lingering, there's a buffet over here on this side, right? And he was just hanging around. He's, of course, very close to Campton now, so he just comes and hangs out. Right? So he's there doing it. And we can do the next picture. I don't know if it does the next picture with the arrow.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so I'll probably go back. I guess the other one, that other direction. Sorry. So, not that one, the one lower down here.
This one?
Yes, please. So, funny thing is, when I told him, give me a rain check, please. Give me a rain check. Give me till next year, I'll bring 10. Give me. He's like, okay, and that's when he gave me the high five. He's like, you get it done. I know you will. I know you will. Right? He even forgot about us rolling him down the hill. He even forgot about the lights on, right? Right now. Thank you. Yeah, you put light on, right? So, first things first, before I go on with any type of training, y'all people better tell me who wants to come with me next year to 7 Springs. Now, be careful before you put your hand up, because I will put my gun up. No, I'm joking. No guns. No guys. But y'all, that was a bad feeling that I felt when I saw his face. Because I felt that face on stage when he's done it before with other people who didn't do what they were supposed to do. So, before you put your hands up, because I don't want it to be like, what's that word called? Everybody, you know, the masses, everybody putting out there, next week, yeah! Right? Everybody does that, right? And you can't find who's going to be the next time, and right? I don't want that. I'll tell you why. Because if you say to me tonight, you're heading there, that you want to be there, we will work real hard. You're probably not going to like me. Next year coming. Some people already look at you, right? But if you are serious about going Eagle, because I am serious about going double Eagle Ruby, because I had to stand up in front of the final night of leadership. He was going by each open meeting, going through it and asking everybody, what are their dreams and goals? Not even dreams, but what are their goals for their business and their team goals? And you have to say this in front of everybody in leadership, all the diamonds. And he's like, watch, everybody's recording this. And he's like, what you gonna do? Don't just tell me what you feel that I should hear, whatever, be real with me. And I had to start, and I told them our goals, you know, for our team. I already had shared this with Sanji before and Cameron before. And kind of him, but whatever. So if you are serious, and this is something that you say, I wanna do, we are going to, from like tomorrow, we're going to be in a meeting, game planning, and letting you know exactly what it takes for your individual business to get to that point. Period. Now, you can still talk about after that if you want, that's fine. But moving forward, we want to run fast with the people who want to run fast. And we want to make sure that we're giving the energy and the proper effort to people who are ready for it. And not, so in other words, focused energy to people who are ready to receive focused energy. Does that make sense? Right. So it's okay to be undecided right now. But if some people want to put up their hand now to say, heck yeah, regardless, Medea, you can. So I will now close the eye and allow you to put your hand up, no pressure. Okay, let me know when I should open that. Are you gonna open? Good. Okay, write this stuff down. I just want to take a picture because why? We want to hold this as evidence. Where's my phone? Anybody saw my phone?
It's in your bag.
Yeah.
Yes, it's in my bag. Yes, it's in the pocket. One pocket. Thank you. Yes, so all right. Oh, all right. Just get these people on there. And I'm gonna send it to Captain out there too. All right. So who wants to do this thing? Who wants to go double eagle? Or just eagle? Let's do eagle at least make qualify for 7 springs. Okay, let's do it. All right. All right, good stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, good stuff. So, good stuff. And to those who were able to kind of, so let me, I will add a little thing to it. What does it take to get you there? For those who may not know, this is going to work. Eagle, right, is you plus 6 people. 6 on a partnering legs. Right? To make sure that you fully qualify and that you're not like hand in mouth or not too short, go at least 10. Thank you. 10, yes, thank you so much. So go push for at least sponsoring 10 people. All right, at least, right? So you're hoping that the 6 will pan out by 7 springs, at least. Now for me, I'm pushing for double eagle ruby. So not just the structure, but volume to go with it. Okay, and if that is your desire, let's have a conversation. And here's the thing, I admire people who want to make it happen, even if you're not too sure exactly how to do it. Let me tell you why. The unseen controls the seen. The unseen, the thing that you don't see, controls what you do today. So after this meeting, most of you guys are going to walk to the parking lot, right? And most likely you guys have vehicles out there that are waiting for you. Could you see the parking lot from here? No, but that doesn't change your direction on what you're going to do after you leave here. You don't say, you know, I can't see the parking lot from here, so I'm not going to walk in that direction. You don't say that. You just, let me just walk and find the parking lot. Same thing. Has anybody not been to DC at all? Yeah, good. But when we jump in that vehicle Thursday night, even though you've not been to DC, you're going to trust you're going to get there. The unseen, because we can't see DC from here. You can't. You can't see DC. You can't see your destination from here. But it's going to dictate what we do from 10 p.m. Thursday night. The GPS is an example of an unseen controlling the seen. You don't know when you put into GPS, you might have not physically ever been to the location that you've been. but you're trusting step by step that the GPS is going to get you there. Right? So all of this is small examples of the unseen, the thing that you can't see, controlling your steps at this immediate time. Right? Cool. Now Kumar, by the way, all of this I'm saying is Kumar. It's so not silly. He sat down with me at breakfast and Captain Nadia and Captain Nadia's kids and explained this in this exact way. And I pray to God that I remember it almost verbatim because how he explained it, my mind was like, because I have heard unseen controlling the scene almost at every bloody conference. But I never understood what it really meant. It was spirituality and stuff, and it kinda is. But we put that into play more often than we think. Right. Like even most people, and another example of things that we put into play that we have no idea how it works is gravity. Most people can't tell you why two objects are attracted to each other. Yeah, they just know it happens, and that there's a relationship, physical relationship, like an actual 1/r² relationship, that says that happens. Two bodies will be attracted to each other, and if there's a little bit of thing movement, boom, it's circulates. That's why Earth revolves around the sun. Because there is some momentum going on from the creation of the Earth and the stars and all that good stuff, and causes more, and because we're attracted to the sun, we still rotating. Boom. Forever. Somehow. Right? We can discuss it, but nobody knows exactly why it happens. But we use it to walk. Gravity makes friction when two beings are together, and that allows you to walk. Right? All of that crap. Most people in the entire walk of their entire life will never know that. What I just said, right? But they do it every single day. From driving a car to again getting up in the morning to go brush your teeth. You are putting into effect laws that were created before the beginning of the earth type of thing for your day-to-day life today. So going back to when you said that you're going to do something without knowing how you're going to do it, that initiates a cosmic reaction that you may not know about, that Kumar talked about. That reaction is unseen controlling the scene. Once you say that you're going to or you want to be somewhere, right? Things somehow fall into play to make that happen. And I just realized it happened today with respect to the meeting. I didn't know I was going to qualify for the leadership. I've never qualified for the Galas conference meeting. Ever. Right? Just show. And then, believe it or not, last week or the week before, we decided as a team that we're leaving 10 p.m. Right? Look at that. And we always want to talk about we're going to make this leadership. Look at that. Madness! Right? Things to make your paws raise. That there's something out there that we have no idea of, very little control over, but we can put it to start running for us. So Kumar is serious about understanding that and taking advantage of that. Question?
So, what you just said, okay, the model mind, that's what my body just did, because what you just said is something that was said in the streaming. Don't chase the dream, chase the business.
Right.
So because you chase the business, you didn't realize that you qualified for that meeting. But because they do chasing people, have noticed that, but you didn't, because you're so focused on chasing the business that all that other stuff comes regardless.
Right, exactly. And even you guys fell into that equation. I didn't control your thinking. We literally did like a hand or a vote as to who wants to leave early to go to DC. Everybody said, heck yeah, let's do it. I'm like, sure. And in my head, I'm like, damn, you got less sleep though. But I'm like, the team wants to do it, let's do it. That's what, sorry, I didn't mean to that on this.
That's what access is for.
Yeah, but sleep is so cool.
Yeah.
So cool,
You
right?
can sleep when you're on what time of the day.
Yeah. Hey, somebody get data for me, right? She always be on me, right? Always be on me. Like, hey, right.
Chicken sleep, right?
I'm pretty sure. So, my little training today, I wanted to go through so many nuggets. Probably next time I'm up here, I'll probably talk about some of the other nuggets that I can answer. But this one really rocks my boat. Because it is what is necessary to make Seven Springs next year best ever. Because you are going to do it. You hear what I'm saying? Like you need to be there. I was mad to the point I don't want to go outside because I'm like, I have nobody to play with. Like for real. I was like, let me see family send them emails, you know? We never have nobody to play with. I mean, the girls there, and they're really awesome. I do like having fun with them. But ain't nothing like y'all. Right? Ain't nothing like y'all have. I mean, people. I was gonna call y'all heifers, but who does? Nobody calls people heifers. Right? It's terrible. Right. So Kumar talks about when we talk about the unseen controlling the scene, right? And he has a lot of other examples of that. He says another thing that he talked about was there's this portion in your life where success will happen. And he calls it the last mile. He says that there is like, and his whole talk, one of the nights was just on the last mile. Felt like it was a movie or something, right? But he was talking about, here's the thing. You're working hard right now, right? There are a lot of people in this room that's pedal to the metal, really and truly. He talks that for you to truly become successful, you need to have hustle. In the history of the world, success has never happened without hustle. Right? And our uplines, Captain Nadia, have always said that he's concerned about the Tallahassee because we stop hustling. We don't hustle anymore. We don't hustle to get our goals done. When we miss a pin by 30 people, we're okay with that. We're going to bed at the end of the month, and not even thinking twice if we record a customer volume, stuff like that. That's what lack of hustle looks like. You know, that the other thing that lack of hustle looks like, you don't have a goal to start each month. What's your PV goal for the month? Right? People who are not hustling to make it happen don't have these things. So he talks about making sure that you have hustle in play, and what to do when you have hustle in play is talks about 3 things. 1, keep your job. Keep your job. Do whatever it takes to keep your boss happy, to keep your job. Whatever is funding your lifestyle today, keep it. Make sure it's happy. Number 2, common sense family obligations. Attend those, only the common sense ones. So in other words, don't go to your second cousin for the second birthday. Right. That was exactly his example. 1, keep your job. And then 2, common sense family obligations. By the way, this is how he talks about going double eagle and about getting your goals done. This is what he defines as what hustle looks like. Okay? So again, 1, keep your job. Do whatever it takes to keep your boss happy. All right? 2, common sense family obligations. So you want to spend quality time with your family, not necessarily quantity time with your family. So in other words, you guys could be in front of TV flipping channels, and that's quantity time, not quality time. So in other words, if you have like like in the you have mom events and stuff that's serious going on, you figure out what common sense family obligations mean. Okay? Because when you go, right, you just know that it may update. Momentum is hard to get in this business. And once you have it, you don't want to break it by weird stuff. Okay? Cool. 3, HTP, personally honor the partnership. You personally honor the partnership. So again, 1, keep your job. 2, have common sense family obligations. Go to those. And you can put as an example, don't go to your second cousin for the second. Correct? That's what it says. Number 3, honor the partnership and commit to 10 MGs. Right? 10 MGs. Commit to at least 10 MGs. Okay? I'll talk about that later. And he says if you've done all of that out, you most likely can, right? What to do with the rest of your time that month? Do retail. If you've done all of that, do retail. So in other words, you most likely have dittoed, or within the first week of your month, have done your volume framework, which is your business work, right? That might be 150, 300 points, right? Like 150 to 300 points. You're getting that done within the first few days. And of course, it's a leadership meeting, so everybody's on 150, 300, right? So he says, get that done. After you get that done, and after you've done your 10 MGs and all that stuff, of course, do more MGs if you can. But after that, do retail. Why? You're building your asset with somebody else's money. That's the smartest thing you can do. And he also says it's building your self-image with somebody else's money. It's pretty odd. That's how Kumar talks, guys. Right? And while you're doing all of that, go forward deep as fast as possible in each of your organizations. Why? Because Amway is still spelled DEPTH, depth. I'll talk about that. I don't know that. But he talked at length about that, and that was serious. So, you see, I have a lot of things into this thing. So build your self-image and your business and your asset with other people's money after you've done it. Right? Cool. He says, watch my health. Make sure that you're making health a priority because we do all this hard work, right? I can't accept it. That. I was like, okay. Right? And he also talks about when you're working with new people, make sure that you're sharing the Brick Worldwide team's values with them. Because make sure that you guys are common, you're like associated with the same values, have the same values. Because most people have no idea that MLMs have any care about you as an individual and have the kind of values we have. We are really, as a Brick Worldwide team and group, we set ourselves apart because of how we do this business. We don't chase volume like that. We're not we're not annoying.
Hey, so when we talk about the river wide values for the prospect, is it specifically in the first one or just the whole process?
Right. Good question. So you can use a lot of non-verbal cues to show your values. When you show up on time, well dressed, well hygiene, and everything else, you're sharing values there. I thought that was just kind of posture. No, businesses is done. A lot of people take cues about what matters to you by the way you carry about yourself, right? If I'm well dressed, taking care of me, I speak to that person by edifying them. Not 100% where it's like I'm selling, of course, but you want to see the good in people and the good in the world. People like to be around people who make them feel good and also to the way they see the world is uplifting, right? It just naturally you become, people gravitate to that. And that what makes your energies powerful, right? Because posture, and that's actually said that here. Not here. Hold on, I'll tell you. He said it perfectly. He said, hold on, I have it here. It's not about posturing and slapping people with attitude. Yeah. You shouldn't be posturing. The questions themselves drive posture. Once you understand what the questions mean and you're getting the answers out of what you need out of the questions, that drives the behavior of the candidate because they kind of mentally see where you're going. If you're finding yourself having to use attitude to grab leadership, you're not doing it correctly. And if that is the case, let's have a conversation about how your energies are going. Because you should never do that. I used to do that. My team wasn't growing. I wasn't bringing on team members. Because after I slap you up in the energy and you feel that I become mentally your like boss, right? And I make you feel lesser as a person. After all of that, you're not joining me. People don't join me, i.e., which means people don't join Amway, they join you. They want to be with you. And some of the leaders actually said that where Nick and Steph Milwaukee said exactly that, and I want to quote them properly. Hold on 1 second. Okay. People, I'll try to do it from memory because clearly my notes on that, I was going to talk about that today, but that's a great question that you asked because they talk about people join the business because they like you, okay? People do the business, right? Because they want to be like you, okay? And then people stay in the business because they love you and they build it big because they love you. And he went on like that. 10-minute tirade of what he would do for his clients. Right? So the idea is that whole building a relationship is the most important thing about ENG. Because you're cultivating, again, the way you carry about yourself should bring respect from them to you. It should naturally gravitate where they want to follow you. Because of, again, how you carry about yourself. Because through the questions, and how you talk about what they said to you, and how you bridge the gap on what we're looking for based on what they're saying, it shows most likely you need a diverse knowledge span to capture them and us together to show them why we think we're amazing. Without it trying to be like, what's wrong with you, right? Right. And it should be an influence thing, which means it should create a pull towards you. They should want to be coming back to you. They should have weight, excitement. That's the idea, right? So we can definitely talk more on that, and that's not my goal to do that tonight, because I'm really short on time. But we can talk about it. That's an excellent question. Because I know a lot of folks have that same idea too. On exactly, I want to make sure that I'm asking the right questions and stuff like that, and that we're getting respect and people are taking it seriously and all that stuff. But that should naturally come by the way you carry about yourself and how you ask questions and stuff like that. You know? And you can do it with warmth. Like Kumar, when you hear Kumar do an audio, he never shouts. Never shouts. He never has to get loud. He never has to. And most of the time he's comedic with it. But he slaps you properly, but you laughing at yourself while you're doing it. Right? So that's the kind of leadership style that I enjoy. Because I'm getting educated, right? I'm understanding mindset, I'm having a good time doing it, you know? Right? Even though I might feel blurred afterwards. Does that help? Possibly not, huh?
Oh, yeah, talk.
Okay, you got it. You got it. No worries. So I'll just wrap up on the tidbit on the thinking myself over here. Yes. Okay, about sharing your values. Because people are going through life not even realizing they need mentorship. And then if they do realize they need mentorship from whom? And we need to make sure that we stand out so perfectly clear that they be like, I want to be like that guy. I want to follow him, whatever he's doing. And as leaders, we live in a glass house, right? We can't live a separate life, home versus in public type of thing. So it is important to synchronize those things. It's quite annoying, right? Because I am so holy at home, guys, I don't ever bring that outside. Because I'm not. Okay, now he said a couple other things about like going through the process. He says when you're working with people, make sure that you're not trying to protect them from failure. Your candidates. Make sure you're not trying to protect them from failure. Okay? Make sure you have a failure conversation. How do you react if your family say they don't want you to do this thing? How would you react if your best friends say that's bull crap, why are you doing that? Right? Or anything around that type of way. Failure, right? They might see as failure. And then he talks about as an outline. You want to show heart and wisdom in your downlines' business. And that's more important than showing results. But we still have the results. Yes, he said that's more important. Because he says when he's working with a new person, he is trying to show you his heart, which means he'll drive you mad so you don't have to worry about giving him money for whatever, all the time, type of thing. You know, it's not pinching, looking at every cent of every dollar when you're with your new team and that you're serving 100%, going up the mile and a half type of thing. You know, kind of like somehow when I served Jeff and Asia, and she still thinks so,
I love them.
What? They didn't define that in my book. They didn't define it in that book, right? So a couple things before I get back to that part of last mile. He also talks about individualization is key when you're working with a person. Meet them where they are. If somebody is going through the process, or what have you, listen to what level of engagement they are looking for, right? So don't just push them through the process just because. Have common sense about it. And we will talk more in detail about how to implement that later, but how Kumar is talking is from a common sense perspective to build business. Because Kamsa talked about this when we were at Kamsa's leadership at 4th of July, leadership, where he talked about Amway is kind of sad that we're using the process a little bit. They said we're doing great with retention of the new business owners and that's going great. But they're not growing by $1 billion every year like they used to. So they're kind of like, do most of that, right? So, and that's the negotiation that's happening at the IBO, IBO level, right? And we can't knock Amway for saying that. They need to, they need to, right, grow too, right? So they talked, so Kumar said, as a result, and it should always be this way, check to see what level of engagement that candidate qualifies for. So don't just use the process to qualify them to be an asset builder only, right? They may just want a personal use. They might just want to help improve the quality of their own health. They might want other things that they may not necessarily want to build an asset. And the levels that he talks about are 1, being a wholesaler or personal use, 2, little sales, 3, plenty sales. This is Kumar, okay, and this is sub-scientific terms here. And then 4, networking. And he says, anybody, because all of it is PV, as you go double equal Ruby, you would love to have cute legs doing only volume for you, right? It helps, it all helps towards your Ruby volume, which is 50,000 PV at least, right? So he says, listen to what they're talking and they're saying in the meeting to see how best you can, if they are not qualifying for the full offer, that we can direct them in probably mid-flight. And we talk about how that's done. I'll get more counseling on that later. But I wanted to at least give you the mindset of leadership, of exactly how they see it. So that again talks about how we need to be really good in the energies of listening to people. Fine, and not forcing them into a particular pigeonhole direction of what we are looking for. And then sometimes, according to Amway, we need money on the table because everybody can buy products, right? So knowing it's a third, right? At least a third of the people that you're working with could possibly just become customers of yours. But within our process, we need to find a way to do that that doesn't allow us to lose posture during the process, right? Because if you do sales too early, you look thirsty, right? And we are not about looking thirsty, right? We're looking thirsty. So that's just a little plug I want to put in your head, right? And some other things, last thing that you said was that don't use the business to build your religion, use your religion to build the business. I don't think of anybody that have that, but I just found a really awesome quote. And he also talked about don't impose your beliefs on anyone, right? Like allow everybody to come in. Just let everybody come in and love them as this. Okay? Okay. And he says don't hate anyone, it will only kill you. It's like drinking poison expecting somebody else to die. Okay, I'm going to wrap up on this as I finish off the last slide, right? So, he was talking, as you're hustling strong, right? There is a body of work and effort and energy that you can do yourself, that you don't need any spirituality to do. So in our business, that's MGs and stuff like that, converting to MG2s and all of that stuff, right? Cool. Now, he believes, and of course I believe too, because he's got a line with the and I'm just little bit okay? Like, no, okay, get there, ooh, sorry. Right? Yeah. Right. So he talks about as you're pushing, there's going to become like a 10% of some sorts that is like the last mile before you fully get where you're trying to be and who you're trying to become. Like if you were to run a race, consider it the last mile of a marathon. Right? And he says success happens in that sphere, that when you get there. And he says the thing that allows that to fully for you to leverage that, their success in that little pocket, right? And he says that after you've exhausted your own personal ways to win, for you to truly get over the threshold and become super successful, like the real success that you're aiming for, there's some magic in there that we can't explain, but happens all the time. He talks about it being like spirituality, being in tune with your creator and what have you. Okay? He talks about, yeah, he said that. Yeah. I don't know if they were atheists in the room, but right? And he says the other way to take advantage of the magic that exists in that last mile is masterminding with your coach and mentor, right? And he gave examples of if but I'll use this example because it really is, I think most people can understand. Most people know basketball, Michael Jordan. People know Michael Jordan, right? You guys know Phil Jackson, coached him, right? So Michael Jordan is a very talented, still is, pretty much, very good basketball player. But Phil Jackson helped him get 6 rings, right? Right, 6 rings, right? Good. So, in other words, as good as Michael Jordan was, he needed to be masterminded with a great coach. You have seen so many times there have been great players, but they didn't have great coaches with them coming together, so they didn't get the 6 ring situation happen. Right? And a lot of people actually talk about that, like right now with LeBron. Like if he had a good coach, he would get it done. And that's the mastermind. It needs 2 brains to come together to get that done. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the coach needs to be as great or as smart or whatever as the talent or as the mentee. Phil Jackson is a great coach, but he probably was nowhere close to the level of success like Michael, or talent that Michael Jordan had. Right? Same thing with Tom Brady and Belichick. I didn't even know about Belichick per se, only as a coach. I didn't know him as Tom Brady's coach. But it requires a masterminding alliance to get together. So Kumar talks about the people who are being coached by their mentors are seeing growth. People who are in tune with their coach are seeing growth, and people who are not, they're in the first now, right? So he talks about getting that done, and your coach doesn't have to be perfect, but they see your blind spots. So that, especially like Phil Jackson can see how Michael Jordan might be probably weighing too much or has too much of a tell on his left side when he's trying to go left. So people could read that and you say, I think you have a tell. So that you could easily fake it or whatever. Right? That doesn't require Phil to be a great player. He just has to be a good coach. So just me, you can be, and you probably are, the LeBron James and Michael Jordan of your time in Army, crippled by everything. You are probably that. Right? That doesn't mean that your coach has to be equally that way. It's just somebody who is familiar with your sport, i.e. Army, right, to help guide you in what you're doing so that the masterminding alliance and that last mile spiritual magic that's necessary takes effect on running. Okay, so having somebody in your corner to do that. Talk about success living there. He also talks about a lot of people use the spiritual part way after the fact. It's like taking the exam and then praying about doing well in it. You probably should be praying before the exam, right? So that you can leverage that then. He talks about other things that need to be in effect to get that last mile magic to work. There are some people that can distort reality. He talks about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, if you were to have this on the table here, and he told you that this was a grapefruit, right? By the time he's done talking with you, this is a grapefruit. He has a way of painting a strong vision into your mind so that this becomes a grapefruit. And that's what he did, and that's why Apple is Apple, unfortunately. Right? It's like for what happened. I must say, it's the most user-friendly technology when they make stuff. It's expensive as crap, but it's most user-friendly. Okay? Right. And that's a reason because he did it that way, specifically, Steve Jobs that is. And that is what Kumar talks about, that people who are living in last mile and taking advantage of all the spiritual and laws of success, they're capitalizing on all that, they're doing that stuff, the kind of crazy stuff people do, where they have strong visions of their future. And he talks about, you need to have a strong vision of what you want. First of all, define what is your business is going to look like by 7 Springs next year. from the organizational width and the depth. Have a clear-cut picture of what that looks like. Make sure you pick even like touch the people mentally. Strong vision of that, because it's the people who can think that clearly about their future ends up achieving, and they're like, oh, I don't know how that happened, oh, things just happened that way, and they get it. But it's that kind of crazy spirituality, craziness that we can't explain, that happens. And again, where you can see controls the scene. All right. He says, the last thing I will leave you with, but I have some other time, is that with him and Kanti Gala, with the mastermind, he and Kanti, of course, great to have you. Kanti is his direct mentor, what have you. He and Kanti Gala, who's Kumar's offline, great Kanti Gala, when they're together, Kanti Gala can let his hair down and be himself. He's like Kanti Gala, say she's regular Kanti. And he says the reason Kanti Gala can do that is, and it's not because Kumar is special or anything, it's just that Kumar says, I know the weaknesses of my mentor. I know. I just don't expose it. Wow. So there's trust there, right? Trust there between the upline and the downline, our mentor mentee. So, and I can see that's why Kumar is always growing, because he has created such a deep relationship and connection with his coach and mentor that he's getting best results in every part of his business. He was tracking for triple diamond without changing his structure. Can you imagine that? You had ready, put on no new legs, you had double diamond, you would have gone triple without adding new width. Right. And he also talks about the power of the Gala team. Right? And we're not supposed to say this stuff because we don't talk past negative or whatever, but we're like, come on guys, let's just do a little common sense here. All the audios that we've listened to about building with that we're using the process, the Whalens and Bakers, great teams doing great stuff. The Gala team, and what those guys come and tell the Gala team is like, we can put on width like crazy, we can work hard, that's hustle, putting on width. But the Gala team is the only team they know who can break diamonds in depth, like boom. If you even just think of Kanti, leg, and Kumar, how many double diamonds or diamonds are in that leg just there, just straight up. And if you don't know, it's Kanti, then Praveen and Madhu, or Madhu, because Praveen died, right? Madhu Chera. Then there's Manipal and Ruka Reddy. Then there's Kumar. Please, this is okay. Let me talk about the pins that they have. And these guys are personally registered, by the way. Kanti Gala, double diamond, sponsored. That's just one leg I'm going to go to. I'm not even going to do any rest. Kanti Gala, double diamond. Praveen and Madhu, founders diamond, right? Manipal and Ruka Reddy, executive diamond, right? Sponsored Kumar, who is double diamond, who then sponsored Sanjeev and Shona Sahai, which is a founders diamond. Just that leg. I'm not even going to go in other legs, because if you go silent and wiggle a little bit, you can Raksha with him, his team. Raksha is a double diamond, who has Ganesh Shenoy, who's another double diamond, who has Rashmi Sinha, executive diamond. That's 60% no. Right? Not yourself. So the other people who are doing great, recognize the Gala team, because it's not just one team. It's every leg has multiple diamonds in it. And it's like suits. Diamonds have been diamond for a long time, like 10, 15, 20 years type of thing. Madness in every way. So they look at us, which is the Gala team, as a group that knows how to put teams together. You are part of the best, I didn't tell anybody, but you are a part of the best MOS in all of our period. Because they looked to us to teach them how to do that. They said, we can put on width and break legs, founders, platinums, or have possibly even emeralds. But the Gala team can break diamonds. You know? So just whatever the Gala team is teaching, make sure you're running with it. And especially when they talk about building teams and focusing on the relationship part of things, right? And using common sense to build your business and not necessarily legalistic, structured stuff, right? To build your business. So, and the last thing I'll leave you with is He talked, you have to know that everything works out if I do what I'm supposed to do. Every single thing works out if I do what I'm supposed to do. Right? You have to see yourself as the one. Like, and of course in my head I went to Neil. And that's why he's in the presentation today. You have to have a snap in your head. Your self-image has to be strong. Like if you make a decision to go Ruby or an Eagle, you have to say you have what it takes to get it done. Nobody else can, shake your tree or put crap in your head to make you not get it done. You have to, it's your decision to build, I am going to build my asset. I'm going to do something every day to get it done. And that is it tonight. Thank you. Yeah, she's like, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, like, for that wonderful training and those awesome nuggets. And unfortunately, we are at the time, but hopefully we can get the rest of those next time. Yeah, so with that, have a great night.
Awesome.